What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I've got another very important AMC and GME update to bring all of you this evening. So what we're going to be covering in this update is some crazy news that has just been announced in the after hours trading period. There is going to be a GME stock split. So this is in a new 8K filing that just has been released today through a dividend. So we're going to be taking a look at exactly what is going to be going on with what GME is doing. Right now, AMC is moving in sympathy. It's up about 5.88% in the after hours. We're going to go over the significance of these price points that we're seeing on AMC. But when we take a look over here at GME as well, remember, these stocks are both pretty much going to move together most of the time. GME right now is up 15% in the after hours, hitting a high of $204. So before we get into all of that information, if you enjoyed the information and analysis that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And again, guys, you guys have seen the success with the 1348 strategy. If you do want to get access to 4-hour alerts on 160 stocks for free, make sure you check out that link down below in the description. I am going to be adding earnings alerts as well, coming very, very soon to all of our premium members. The premium is also going to get those 20 private live streams every single month and one-on-one trading sessions. So if you guys are interested in taking your trading seriously and getting to the next level, make sure you check out that link down below. So AMC closed the day at $24.64. Now, what we were looking at today is a hopeful recapture of this daily 200 EMA. Now, that daily 200 EMA is sitting at $25.35. In the after hours, we're at $25.94. This is a very, very solid move to the upside right now. And this news can really, really take things in the positive direction. Now, before we get into some of that news, I do want to go over some of the Ortex data that we were seeing today. We saw 513,000 net return of shares today for AMC. We got 1.78% average cost to borrow, 6.91% max. Now, there was some kind of screwiness going on with the shares on loan. It did come down significantly. We're at 132.62 million shares on loan right now with 20.32% estimated short interest. Now, when we come over to GameStop over here, we can see that there was a net return of 638,000 shares borrowed, or net return of 638,000 shares. And then the average cost to borrow, 10.62%, 39% max, 22.18% estimated short interest. Both of these stocks right now are set up for some very, very significant price movements to the upside. Now, before we kind of start to get into this GME situation that we have going on here, I do want to briefly touch upon what we have going on with the options chain for AMC. So when we come over here, we have 56,000 calls in the money right now, which is going to be a lot different if we can hold these prices by market open or even be a little bit higher. We have 211,000 call contracts out of the money. We have 33,000 puts in the money, and we also have 146,000 put contracts out of the money. Now, when we come over and take a look at the actual options chain for AMC going into the end of this week, remember, there was all that nonsense with that crazy crime candle 2 days ago where we shot up at open, we came right back down and halted. And that was really mainly due to a lot of these options getting added to the chain here, these 50-cent strike increments. What they were essentially doing there was saying, hey, well, we know that we are running up significantly in price, and the market makers and the people who are selling these options are down absolutely horrendously on those options positions that they were selling, those options contracts that they were selling. So they needed to entice people to buy these new contracts and send it right back down. But this is kind of where it looks like they are starting to mess up. So when we're looking at this right here, we have a decent amount of open interest on the options chain for AMC. We have a decent amount at 25, 12,000 contracts. When we come up to 28, 11,000 contracts, 27,000 contracts in open interest at 30. At 32, we have 10,000. The volume on this chain today is still very, very, very significant. We are seeing people buying the dip on the options chain. So with these moves up in the after hours and potentially a move up tomorrow in both of AMC and GME, this could get really, really nasty for these market makers that were trying to screw over retail investors. Now, let's get into this GME filing because it's pretty huge news, not only for GME, but also because of AMC, because a lot of these stocks are linked together. They are going to move together. Now, when we come over to this filing right here, this is a Form 8K. And as we can see right here, the date of the report, March 31st, 2022. On March 31st, 2022, GameStop Corp, the company, or GameStop, announced its plan to request shareholder approval at the upcoming 2022 annual meeting of stockholders for an increase in the number of authorized shares of Class A common stock from 300 million to 1 billion through an amendment to the company's third amended and restated certificate of incorporation in order to implement, here we go, a stock split of the company's Class A common stock in the form of a stock dividend and provide flexibility for future corporate needs. GameStop also intends to request shareholder approval at the annual meeting for a new incentive plan, the 2022 equity plan, to support further compensatory equity issuances. If the 2022 equity plan is approved by stockholders, it will replace the current GameStop 2019 incentive plan, and 8 million shares of the company's Class A common stock plus any shares subject to the 2019 plan that expire are forfeited, canceled, terminated, or settled in cash after the 2022 plan is effective, will be available for issuance under the 2022 plan. GameStop's board of directors has approved both stockholder approvals, but the stock dividend will be contingent on final board approval. So GameStop is getting not only a dividend, but a stock split as well. This is really, really huge news. And as we can see in the after hours, again, let's just take another peek at this. AMC's up about 4%. And when we come back over to GME over here, they're probably still holding a significant amount of their gains right here at about 15% at the current time that I am recording this video. Now, I also want to talk a little bit more about AMC's technicals that we were seeing today. So there were a couple of key things that you guys need to look out for going into the rest of the week and the beginning of next week. First of all is going to be this daily chart that we were talking about before. This 200 EMA on the daily chart, it's at 25.35 right now. And if we can break above that and hold, that's going to be a very, very bullish sign. The other thing that I want you guys to take a look out for is this 4-hour chart right here. So again, we saw this 13 EMA cross above the 48. We saw the closing candles above this 200 EMA and then a massive rip up. We are now kind of coming down a little bit. We saw that support at this 25 MA throughout the day. The key thing that I want you guys to look out for, though, is this 48 EMA that is kind of slowly coming up with us. Right now, that's at 22.76. Now, I'm not saying that we are going to go down there, but here's kind of why I'm looking at that specific EMA. When we come back over to June right here and we see kind of what happened right before the June run-up, it looks eerily similar to what we're seeing right now on AMC. So what we see right here is we see a cross up, closing candles above the 200 EMA, a massive rip, and look at this section right here. It looks incredibly similar to what we are seeing right now on the chart. It comes down, hovers around this 48 EMA, and then goes on an absolute moon mission to all-time highs. So overall, in general, we are looking very, very solid going into the end of this week and next week with this really cool fundamental news that GME has released. So that is going to wrap up this update on AMC and GME. If you guys enjoyed the information and analysis that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. So I hope you guys are having a great evening, and I'll see you guys in the next one.